Aloha! Welcome to USTC360. I'm Adam Lim, the new co-host. I'm very happy to be here. Today we ventured to the archipelago of Hawaii, specifically the island of Oahu. Hawaii was ranked #1 out of all 50 U.S. states as the happiest place in America in the Gallup Healthy Ways Well-Being 2011 Index. Our director, Wen, who we have live from Los Angeles right now, actually grew up there. So Wen, how was it like growing up in paradise?
Mahalo, Adam. Yes, it's true. I spent my childhood in Hawaii. It almost feels like a dream, but it's true. And it was serendipitous that the episode took me to the exact island, landscape, and street of where I grew up. I got to see my old elementary school. I got to see the park and the monkey bar where I broke my arm. Yeah, it was good times. Now going back there as an adult, I realized that Hawaii isn't exactly heaven on earth. The locals have to deal with many problems such as a growing homeless population, an array of natural disasters, and just a high standard of living. Even the sun sets in paradise. So it was just incredible seeing our volunteers do so much for the island and the people there.
You know, actually I was surprised too to discover that locals do have trouble getting by. So let's go see the beauty of Hawaii, but also the harsh reality of living in paradise.
And I think that Hawaii is a paradise, and I really encourage everyone, in their lifetime have to come to Hawaii once at least.
The temperature is always in the 80s, except when it gets really cold, it gets down to the mid-70s.
那我就来这边度假，哎，这边怎么那么好？所以就离开这边没回去。
Yes, it's so beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and the people are so nice.
我以前会觉得说夏威夷真的就是一个蛮轻松的，
有爱心的，帮忙人家的那个人呢。
They don't try to influence the outcome of the things. They go with the flow.
The survey from the United States, Hawaii is the #1 happiest city in the United States.
We love the people. We love the climate. We love the whole environment.
This is the best place on the earth to live.
It's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
This is paradise, like everybody said.
Especially in Hawaii, it's a lot of tourists, places, And I always sitting down there, seeing the people, they are so happy. Waikiki is a place that, I really kind of like to sitting down to see the people.
But I see living in Hawaii, I see there's so many, still have so many suffering, the human beings in Hawaii.
Lots of percentage working two or three jobs to make a living.
事实上，尤其是近几年来夏威夷你会看到好多 homeless。
You see them every day, so you feeling like, hey, how are they doing? See, are they still alive? Are they still, there? That kind of thing. Kind of like feeling that it's your brother or sister,
那可是就造成夏威夷一个很大的困扰，所有的 park 啦，然后在 beach side 啊。
Yes, I did go to the homeless shelter to feed them, along with the rest of the team, and that was a good experience for me.
We're really grateful to be able to come here today.
to see people happy, you know, and fed too.
The residents were very, very happy. The guests were happy, and yeah, it was a good feeling to give to them.
Nationally, Red Cross had developed a relationship with the Tzu Chi Foundation. And when that MOU was published, we went out and we found out that there was a local Tzu Chi chapter here. And so we reached out to them and we had some meetings with them, and we started off with training their folks in shelter operations. So we developed a relationship right away, and it has worked really well.
1995, it just happened that Stephen Huang and a few sisters from California, from the headquarters, came here to talk about bone marrow registry. I couldn't help but I couldn't help my start from crying.
And everybody was so moved.
So the next day, like around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I called someone up and say, where are they? I want to meet them.
你拿去给他，带他们去吃饭好了，因为他们那么辛苦哈，所以他拿了这个，要请他们去吃饭，以后对了。结果他们跟他们讲瓷器，结果讲了一个早上哦，饭也没有去吃。
But at that meeting, I felt that this is where gives you hope about life, where you could help others.
Stephanie and Dr. Fan, and they were just were interested in to set up a group like this.
I don't know how it happened, but they asked me, do you want to do 瓷器？
你们2位啊，就来负责瓷器。结果吃错肉啊，我们就2个就被这个招兵买马，被他们recruit，就这样，从那时开始，1996年开始，16年了，呀，很快啊，事情很快啊。
That was the end of the story, but the beginning of a new journey for me.
The North Shore flooding, because that was such a large event, we actually went and followed up with Tzu Chi and went to different people's homes with them and helped provide aid.
Certainly be long remembered by all of us around here.
Contribute a little.
$1
memory, yeah?
Thank you.
Tzu Chi being one of the most strong ones that we are partnering with.
They have helped the people of Hawaii.
It's a great foundation, to come out here and you guys came down and put your hands out.
They said, we've had a relationship with the Tzu Chi Foundation for 10 years now. Your group really understands how to serve people, and they understand how to provide an empathetic presence, how to be really supportive and make sure that people are really truly on the road to recovery.
Developed a real good relationship, so they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. So that's what I like about Tzu Chi.
So right now we are recycling cans, bottles, and glass.
And we're sorting it out to take it down to the recycling center. Yeah, it almost feels like home, even though this is my second time already.
I come in and I haul the recycling into the recycling center and bring back the money and give it to the commissioner. Every weekend we're bringing home $50, $100 worth of recycling. And there's just so many people here, and it's not a lot of land, and it's a shame we just keep throwing things back into the landfill again.
Right now, one of the hottest issues is where to have our next landfill.
So the more we can recycle, the more that can be used again and again and again, the better off we are. It just, our environment here is beautiful. That's why we're here. We don't want to spoil that.
That's why we want to keep the place clean.
And we want to keep it that way.
According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, Americans generate 4 pounds of waste daily, and only 1.5 pounds of that produced is recycled, which adds unnecessary waste to our nation's landfills. In Oahu, you saw that Tzu Chi volunteers were very keen on environmental protection. Where have they cleaned up?
Yes, they're very keen on the environment. We got to visit both Waikiki Beach and Diamond Head Mountain. I remember as a kid, I would go with my parents almost every other weekend to Diamond Head Mountain, and we would hike up to see the beautiful view. And I remember living in an apartment on Elm Street, which was only a few minutes walk to the Waikiki beach. I mean, can you imagine growing up in a place where you can walk to the beach whenever you wanted to?
The beach every day? I wish. I mean, I remember when I visited Hawaii a few years ago, I wanted to move there.
Yes, as I was saying, we got to visit both Diamond Head Mountain and Waikiki Beach with the Tsuji volunteers. In fact, they actually did a trash cleanup with the Civil Defense and the McKinley High School, which is where my parents taught. So it just felt really unreal that they were, in a way, cleaning up my childhood spot. It felt really special.
Well, it's important to recycle on a small island like Hawaii. So let's take a closer look at how our volunteers are preserving the natural beauty of the islands.
So now with the Earth Day, the Civil Defense is holding this Diamond Head cleanup, and it's very natural for our volunteer to be able to help them.
I think this is one of the top 3 tourist attractions in Hawaii. Thousands of people come here every week to hike the summit trail. So I expect a lot of rubbish to be picked up today. To make it beautiful, the State Civil Defense, Diamond Head Cleanup with Tsuji.
Our Tsuji organization wants to partner with Civil Defense and Red Cross in keeping our area clean, and this is one of the projects we do.
Eddie's a great asset to Tsuji because he's got disaster relief background with his current job, and he's really helped rejuvenate our relationship with the Tsuji Foundation.
This is along the roadway for the last hour, and we want to pick it up and keep the place natural and beautiful again.
Sophia, in her work as a science teacher, in her lecture, I think she brings in the environmental issues.
Professionally, I'm an educator. So when I first started, no matter I was teaching physical science, physics, earth science, or biology, I encourage our students to get involved with the surrounding. Then I noticed that to impact locally, we need to start from young and encourage my students to work together with Tsuji Hawaii.
She takes the student to do different kinds of environmental projects.
I also encourage our students to be the big brother, big sister for Tsuji Academy's field trips. The teenagers also behave better. They feel, oh, it's my responsibility to take care of the little kids. So they behave.
Big brother, big sister will teach you what is biodegradable. Some looks like brain. It looks like a brain.
She's not a complainer, she's a doer. She just do it. She wants to do it right away.
My students also are actively participating, not inside the classroom, but beyond the classroom. We go outside to clean up the beach, we adopt the beach.
So I got involved from my teacher, Miss Hu, and I've been in this program for about a year or so. There are 65 of us. It's pretty heavy. Most of it is cigarette butts, but also a lot of like straws, and they were so excited to pick up little rubbish. You know, I think it's really great to show them that they can help, and for Earth Day.
But if they don't bring the book, they all have to borrow the class book, but they just charge $25. 25 cents. 25 cents. So the students don't mind, they just know. And then I say, Mr. Hu, I donate. They say donate already. Every time it's $5 already, we donate to the power of 5.
The whole group do all kinds of things. One of them is visiting the Palo Chinese home.
So I thought, okay, I have students. And then my students, sometimes they have nothing to do. And instead of going to the beach, I say, do you want to do this kind of thing? And then they say, okay. I say, go. And then just observe. Students share their talent, build up their confidence.
The school reaches out to the community, and I want my kids to see that. We're very privileged to live in Hawaii, and I want them to understand how important it is to give back to other people. And they've been going to school here for a few years, and they're learning to help other people just because it's the way you should live. My kids help out now when I recycle on weekends. My son will often go with me and help me. So they're seeing that now. They're starting small. They're still pretty young. They're only 6 and 3, but I want that to continue throughout their life. You know, the whole part of Tutsi's teaching is you don't read a book and just think about it. You act it out. You got to walk the path.
I don't think that age really matters when you're starting early. It's never too late. So yeah, I'm glad I'm starting early.
To feel what they're doing to help others, and I really enjoying that. Make me happy, and so.
I activate students to take action. Students feel that science is not just textbook kind. It's really everyday life. I still continue because I feel kids is the future. Yeah? So not only in the classroom, but also think globally, but act locally. So that's how students like to get involved, and students feel that science is not just textbook kind. It's really everyday life.
What's hard is that we need so many local volunteers to be able to serve here. And obviously, if we have a major disaster that affects the islands, most of us will also become victims.
Any agency in Hawaii is going to have trouble. You know, whether it's Tutsi or Red Cross or other Catholic charities, Hawaii is just a small location.
这个困难是很多了 ，OK?
It actually took us a long time to get people on the same page.
You know, everyone have about 2 or 3 titles and 3 different positions, you know.
So that's why we don't have too many people. So
there are times that I see beautiful moments when there's only Stephanie and Dr. Fan and a few of us try to do a project, and you have that feeling there's not enough volunteer come to help. But that's a beautiful moment too, because there are still this few that is committed to be here.
It's great to see this group and just how they help. Everybody has something that they can give back to their community. And it's nice that people here in Hawaii always have that spirit of aloha.
Tsuchi, Hawaii, it's a very special place, okay? You know, they're happy, they laugh loud. When they're sad, they cry, you know.
This is where my home is. 讲又要哭了，糟糕！似乎太 emotional， OK， 糟糕，怎么办？
哎呀，奇怪，有什么好哭的？真的是很感恩啊，大家有这种愿意这种贡献哈，来做实际。
Big mahalo to Tsuchi Foundation for all of their support within the community of Hawaii.
Okay, well, aloha.
Aloha, mahalo. May your life be filled with blessing and joy.
大家很欢迎你们 Aloha.
Aloha.
Please come. It's a good place.
Aloha, mahalo.
Kokua, Kounina. We try our best.
Ahui ho means come again.
Shakasa.
可以吗？
Zuchi's Hawaii chapter was established in 1996 by a group of Honolulu doctors and volunteers. Besides successfully carrying out free medical services and recycling efforts, the Tzu Chi Academy has become the largest local Chinese school in Honolulu. Wen, can you tell us more about our local volunteers during that 2 weeks you got to know them?
Yeah, sure. I've been shooting this show for exactly a year now, and I've been to many U.S. and international Tzu Chi headquarters. However, the Hawaiian volunteers, they were one of the most distinct, fun, quirky, yet dedicated group of people. Stephanie and Dr. Fan, they took us into their home as if we were family. And it was just incredible to see this small group of people do so much for Hawaii, the island that I grew up in. So I just can't wait to go back to Hawaii.
Well, Wen, mahalo. And we appreciate you for being on our show.
Mahalo. Thanks for having me.
So for our segment of Footprints, we want to introduce you to Auntie BJ, a native Hawaiian who's become the authority on recycling and the keeper at the Hawaii chapter office.
Aloha, hello. I'm 84. I'm gonna, in 2 months, I'm going to be 85. On this property, I do recycling, I do cleaning up, you know. I do the yard work, anything. I even get traffic.
NTBG， 然后虽然他是拿着拐杖，而且年纪也是80几岁了，84岁，可是呢，他都默默的每天在做。
All my brothers and sisters, I have 18 of us. All of them, they're all gone. And you folks been here in your 20s. You folks are our babies. That's it. This here is my babies.
She basically protects this property. This is her home. So anyone who like illegally park, she will come and ask them, who are you, what do you do? And then I have people complain to me, who is this old lady? How come, you know, she's bossing us around?
You know, when I first came here, she didn't know I was the new principal. So she first gave me a lecture about where I should park, you know, and then afterwards she gave me a lecture on where all the trash is supposed to go and how the recycle need to be done. And after she found out I'm the principal, she said, oh, great, now you need to make sure all those parents follow the rule.
If it wasn't here, this organization, I don't think I'll be able to do much over here. You folks always seem to have something that I can be doing and you're not doing burn work.
他所做的让我觉得说，他比我们很多的志工更投入，而且更发心。
All rented, like $400. I'm busy. And I'm so sorry, but I gotta finish my job.
Auntie BJ actually lives next door to Tzu Chi's Hawaii chapter house. Now, before I go, folks, there's so much happening in Hawaii that we have in store for you. So stay tuned. I'm Adam Lim, and I'll see you soon.